A few weeks ago, I made a video where I followed a legendary sword until it found the chosen one, and if you want to see what happens, go check out that video. But essentially, the kicker was that whoever held the sword got magical powers. And today, we're going to be doing something similar, but not quite the same. We're going to be following a legendary ice hammer. But the twist here is that the hammer will take traits from the wielder and give them to the next wielder, and then it'll take traits from the next wielder, give it to the next one, and so on, until eventually the wielder will have just a plethora of awesome traits. So that's exactly what we'll be doing, and the video will not end until either the hammer gets into the hands of royalty, whether it be a village leader or a king, or whoever wields the hammer gets over 20 kills with the hammer. So let's get right into it. Also guys, join my Discord, links in the description. Do it. Alright, first, as you know, it's kind of hard to spawn in a hammer with 0 people in the world. So, let's spawn in some humans. I'm just going to randomly place humans around the map, and we're going to try to aim for about 1,000 in total, just so there'll be plenty to reproduce and form some pretty interesting kingdoms. Alright, that's about good, a little over 1,000. And now they're going to all scatter to make their kingdoms, and I'm just going to let them develop for a little bit. I'm going to come back at year 100, and then we're going to pick our person to be the first wielder of the sword.
3 days later.
Okay, so we are approaching year 100 right now. There we are. And we are going to pick where our hammer goes. So I'm just going to go based on kingdoms and pick the one that sounds the coolest. I think we're all seeing what I'm seeing, but this one called Santonterioth looks pretty freaking cool to me. So we're going to go in here and we're going to pick a completely random person and give them the hammer. So I don't know, just this dude. I don't think he's a member of the army. Wow, that's a lot of traits. He already has, wow. So sweet, so we're going to favorite him and we are going to give him his awesome ice hammer. We will name him Mellon the Original. Now for his hammer, some of you told me that in my last blade following video or whatever, if you remember, the sword got taken from someone before they died, and I think it's because it got stolen. So if you guys told me that if you add cursed, this won't be possible. So thank you for telling me that. But we are going to reforge this into a legendary weapon, and we are going to name it to Icebreaker. We'll make it cursed and eternal, and of course favorite it. And now we have all of these traits. But just want to tell you, he does get one trait, Immortal, which makes sense because I don't want him dying on my watch. So everyone who holds the hammer does get to be immortal. But I gotta insert some of these traits. So if you see here, I took all of his traits and put it into this trait rain, and the next person who wields the hammer will get all of these traits. And I just want to let you know right now, if 2 traits overlap, for example, greedy and honest, we are going to pick the most recent one. So right now, honest is the most recent one. So if we find a guy who's a genius, we will obviously take that over them being stupid. So now our guy is just gonna run free. Just see how he's doing, but until anything happens, he's just gonna do whatever. And it appears our guy might be in some sort of conflict already. It's not even been a year, I don't think. And he's already getting fought, and he's alive though. He lived. He actually got a kill and he healed. I'm not even quite sure what happened. He just switched empires. He just abandoned his empire. It was a part of this kingdom here, then he joined this kingdom here, then he left both of them and became part of this kingdom down here. Interesting, but I guess he actually did end up getting a kill, and he's well on his way to becoming the true chosen one. Now unfortunately, his stats really aren't that good. Tiny, soft skin, stupid, short-sighted, that's not going to help him out much. But one advantage I do see for Mellon is that he is now a part of the biggest kingdom in the entire world, which should give him some more protection from dying, I would feel. It's a lot of meteors falling from the sky. And Mellon is, I believe, currently part of the army. He is currently part of the army, but Lord isn't very active in many conflicts right now. Oh my god! Mellon just got struck by a meteor. I didn't even do that. Oh my god. It's the icebreaker is inside of storage now, so that's fine, but Mellon was doing so great, he just got struck by a meteor. Oh my god, I wonder where our hammer's gonna pop up next. Dude, that's so unfortunate. Oh, the hammer's popped up almost immediately. It is in the hand of another soldier, a very powerful soldier, I might want to add, named Ajibule. Quite good, but as you can see, we got some traits to add. So after changing our traits, we can see that our new guy, whose name is Aljabiel, which I'm totally going to change that. I'm going to change it to Audi, because that's more fun, and I'll name him Audi the next. So Audi has some interesting traits. So I changed the trait right, and we're about to put this on him. So he's still stupid, but now he's eco-dyed, which got rid of short-sighted. He now has hard skin and is strong, which got rid of soft skin. He does have fragile health, however. And instead of attractive, he's now ugly. So he got some benefits, but also a few weaknesses too. We're just gonna isolate him over here and give him his traits. And honestly, he's not really that powerful. But let's see how he does, and hopefully he doesn't die in a meteor explosion. Our dude Audi is just a casual soldier. He's not doing all that much. Appreciate that, man. Somehow Audi has actually lost health over time, which concerns me. But I do have to admit, bro has been getting to work. 4 kids already. Actually, he has 4 kids that are all 14. I do want to add that rebellions are on, but the king of Lod right now is actually pretty good, so there's no need for them to rebel. Audi is now above 50 years old and literally has not done anything at all with his life. And Audi's world might get turned upside down as I see a rebellion flag brewing by one of the village leaders. This could mean very bad news. And a large rebellion is broken out with a couple hundred soldiers. But Audi is still part of Lod, however he's already located next to a couple of Heledigen armies, who are the rebels. And so we actually missed a thing here. Audi was killed by a soldier named Ganan, who was immediately killed by the soldier named Palilia. But Palilia is not holding the sword. Where is the sword? That soldier actually refused to hold the hammer, and once again, it's back in circulation. And we're waiting for it to see it pop up, and it did. Young man named Krendod has picked up the hammer, and it doesn't even seem like he's part of the military. He's just holding the hammer. But nevertheless, we have to give him his traits. So, looking at his traits right now, he is probably the worst guy we've seen. He's ugly and stupid, weak and fat. The only thing we actually have to change is we have to add fat and then get rid of strong and change it to weak. So we'll change strong to weak and we'll add fat. The rest of it's already the same. And our man is now upgraded, which honestly, these traits are more of a curse than a help because some of these traits like fragile health are really just demolishing any chance that this guy has to be successful. Despite holding the legendary hammer, he's not even getting involved in the war. He's literally just walking across the battlefield unharmed. Right here, he's literally just sleeping in his house while next to an active battlefield. Now he's become a farmer. And sorry that this came out too late, but we will name him Krindod III, because I'm out of unique names. He has a legendary hammer with untold capabilities, and he's choosing to be a farmer. What a guy. Krindod has now wielded the sword for over 25 years. And has continued to do absolutely nothing with it. I'm renaming him to Krindod the Farmer. Literally right now, he's going to this farm, and when he's done at this farm, he goes back down to this farm. Because for some reason this village has 2 farms in it. Oh, finally, at 70 years old, which is 53 years after he got the sword, he has finally become a soldier. He has held the sword for 53 years. And now he's finally a soldier of the army, ready to fight. And just in the nick of time too, as another leader is planning a revolt in the city right next to him. Now we know for a fact that Krindod will actually remain a member of the kingdom of Lod because I believe he lives in their capital city, so I don't think he can even change. Oh, that's a huge rebellion. And Krindod's gonna be on the front lines. With only 49 health, I don't think he's gonna do. He actually has gotten 3 kills. Oh, but he's slain by the sniper named Thiar. But Thiar did not actually pick up the hammer. Somehow, the hammer went into the storage of the city called Luch, which is a part of one of the kingdoms that's rebelling against Lod. But once again, we gotta wait for the hammer to pop up, and it has this semi-young lady named Noret. And she finally has a new trait to add, attractive. Now, once again, all the other traits are the same, but still, there you go, man. Once again, her health really low. I'm waiting to find someone who's strong, just because this is maybe someone with boosted vitality, because right now it's not looking good for anyone who wields the sword. We will name her Nora the 5th. Or is it 4th? It's 4th, isn't it? 4th. And by the way, some of you had questions on my original sword video, that people who hold the sword for like 10 seconds and then immediately die, they don't count. They don't get a name or anything because it's got to be someone who holds the sword for an extended period of time. Once again, looks like Nora's just kind of a farm factory worker, not really doing that much. But she has joined the army, which is quite fortunate actually, as the kingdom of Lod was finally destroyed, and her kingdom of Zuberg now was quite powerful. And never mind, her kingdom just split up into 3 different parts again. Ooh, Nora's kingdom had been declared war on by a much powerful kingdom of, I'm not even gonna say that name. And since Nora's part of the military, this could mean bad news for her. She engages in conflict immediately and falls quickly. Once again, the people who kill her choose to not take the hammer, which interests me, as the hammer pops up again on an old man named Silch. And it's time to add our new traits. Luckily, this guy actually has some decent traits that we could add. Wise, strong, tough, very good additions. However, he is slow. That might be sort of a burden. And once again, the fragile health doesn't do anyone any favors. And of course, we will name him Silich the 5th, because he's actually the 5th, right? And with his newfound power, Silich actually joins the military fairly quickly. And unfortunately for Silith, the kingdom of Eleboni had declared war on his kingdom, which may not sound bad until you go to the Alliance tab and realize that he's up against a much bigger foe. Silith, however, will most certainly prevail. He charges in the battle heroically, yet slowly. He is quickly wiped out by a guy named Nab. This time, the hammer pops up into the hands of a young soldier named Stazor the 6th. The only trait we have to add here is hot-headed, which we will rain down on him. Still quite weak. It's gonna take a miracle. Stazor had gotten his first kill with the hammer. 2 kills actually. 3! Oh, would he be able to keep it up? Stazor somehow had managed to get 4 kills throughout the beginning of the war, which was very impressive. His army continued to push west as they got rid of the unpronounceable kingdom. And as the war concluded, Stazor had 4 kills, which was the most from the hammer I believe that we've seen so far. The alliance had broken up shortly after the war, leaving Stazor and his small kingdom alone. Before long, the much more powerful kingdom of Elenobi declared war on Pyra, trying to take them out. Stazor tried his best to help defend his homeland. He had 6 kills, 7, 8, 10 kills, 11 kills. His health had gone up as his level increased, and he got 12 kills, 13, 14. Stazor was becoming more powerful than anyone had ever seen before. He was single-handedly helping defend his kingdom from Elenobi. 17. Remember, the threshold he needed to meet was only 20. He leveled up and regenerated his health as he continued moving towards other soldiers. He pushed in. He had 18 kills. Only a few more left to go. He only needed 2 more to achieve greatness, as his kingdom actually took a major village and began crippling the empire of Elenobi. Stazor actually became the general flag holder of his battalion, as he helped push in and take the last city, and Pyra was now a sizable empire. No one believed in Stazor. I didn't either, but as he had achieved 18 kills, and as you can see by here, but the kills with the icebreaker, all of them had been achieved with the hammer. He was a true hero. He had naturally acquired the veteran trait. During his time in the army, he also became one-eyed, which made him look cool, but did make him worse at actually fighting. Now going on the offensive, the King Bobat of Pyra declared war on a kingdom named Great Fugi. Our hero Stazor the 6th would move in. Quickly dealt with foes, but could he get his 20th kill? He wouldn't. He fell 1 short at 19. Stazor would not become the chosen one, as the threshold was 20. The hammer now lay dormant in the storages of the kingdom of Saint-Fort, and was in the possession of a young man named Darrow the 7th. Darrow did not have any traits to add, except for now, soft skin would have to replace hard skin, making him even weaker. Darrow would join the military of Pyra as they began continuing their conquest west into this little panhandle, I guess you would call it. Darrow would help contribute greatly, but didn't actually get any kills in the war. And he was just struck by a meteor again. Oh my god, why does that keep happening? I don't know why that keeps happening. God, 3rd time my dude's been struck by a meteor. 2nd time. And the hammer is back in storage, I'm assuming, yes. And let's see where it goes this time. We have to wait quite a while now. It's not really popping back up immediately. And there it is, now it's back in circulation. And it's in the hands of an older man named Sobo the 8th. How do you spell 8th? Is that how you spell 8th? Is that how you spell 8? 8. What? Guys, I don't know what's going on, but like, that's how you spell 8th. That's just so weird to me. Like, why? That's such a weird spelling for a word. Oh. Wait, this is how you spell 8. I know, what a weird... You probably don't even notice it. That's such a weird way to spell the word 8. I don't know why. This is weird. Whatever. Sobo the 8th. We can change ugly to attractive, and I believe that is all for his special traits. Oh, nope, he was already attractive. Oh. Sobo the 8th is also a part of the military. And with the military, they declared war on 2 kingdoms up here. The Eftvot and Zuberg. Sobo bravely would charge in the battle, hopefully. Sobo would quickly die in war, and was replaced by someone who might be able to be worthy. Sop the 9th, which on the surface may not look good until we see this trait. Boosted vitality. This will finally give the health that we need. Can we finally get someone good with this? We can now take the boosted vitality perk. However, I believe that she is weak and ugly, which won't help her cause much. And she has 210 health and is heading down to fight the Kingdom of Pyra, but there's not really any soldiers left for her to fight, really, as she just goes off and takes a nap. Her kingdom didn't stop there, though, as they declared war on the kingdoms of Ariod and Bit, which, unlucky for our hero, is a lot of people right there. She would level up and begin fighting them, in which she began getting a few kills here and there. And right as she was about to die, she leveled up, re-giving her health. Sapi would continue to help get kills. She now had 6, as she and her army continued to pummel troops down in the other kingdoms. Sapi would even charge into the kingdom of Bit, and she would slay quite a few soldiers down there. And she gets another one. She now has 10 kills and is halfway to the mark that we need. A lot of time passed, and Sapi returned to her roots of being a farmer, at least for the time being. But she knew her calling. She would one day return to the military. And despite being in the middle of a huge war, Sapi continued to farm. Her kingdom was actually taken over without her death by the kingdom of Narigrad. And Narigrad would quickly declare war on Zuberg and Holy Ebufav, in which Sapi was located right next to it, as she had now joined the military again. Despite being up against a significantly larger army, the Ice Hammer's freezing powers really helped Sapi help mow down these troops, as she just killed 4 in her one hit, including the king of Holy Efuwav. And this is huge, and she has 19 kills again, and there it is, 20. With all of her traits intact, just like they were, including a few more like Kingslayer and Veteran, Sapi the 9th was finally the chosen one. I didn't think this video would ever end, but clearly it did. I thought our man a while ago with his 19 kills would surely be the one, but we are going to take Sapi to her retirement spot. We're going to take her over here. Sapi the 9th can now live a peaceful life, and just to make sure that she lives happy forever, super health and regeneration will be given to her. Sapi the 9th will also be renamed to Sapi the Chosen One. And that's where we're going to end today's video. If you guys liked it, subscribe, all that. This video was a video idea. Join my Discord, and I'll see you in the next one.